Mr. Chairman, this is a very exciting day, and there will be an even more exciting day on August 23rd. This is a resolution to recognize and honor Pelzer Heritage Commission officers Dianne, Lollis, and Larry Coker, and other matters related thereto. Whereas the Pelzer Heritage Commission was founded to undertake preservation and beautification projects of the town of Pelzer, and whereas throughout its history the PHC has been led by Dianne Lollis and Larry Coker, both of whom were born and raised in the old Pelzer Mill Village, and like their fellow PHC members, are committed to the revitalization of the community they love. Whereas under the leadership of Mrs. Lollis and Mr. Coker, the PHC has taken on projects great and small in an effort to offer Pelzer a renewed place of pride while also respecting the area's textile heritage. And whereas among many other things, the group's efforts to date have included cleanup of the old Pelzer Mill office building, restoration of the Lower Mill flagpole, preservation of the town's historic cemeteries, and the establishment of Overlook Park on the Saluda River. And whereas the PHC took its efforts to a new level in 2013 when the group purchased the Upper Mill and Lower Mill sites, and with Anderson County initiated cleanup and reuse efforts at both sites. And whereas after several years of effort and overcoming more than a few obstacles, the revitalization efforts at the Upper and Lower Mill sites are nearing conclusion. And whereas none of these efforts would have been possible without Mrs. Lollis and Mr. Coker's vision and determination. And whereas it is the desire of County Council to express its sincere gratitude for a job well done in the service of the community. Now therefore be it resolved that the Anderson County Council hereby extends its deepest appreciation to Pelzer Heritage Commission President Dianne Lollis and Vice President Larry Coker for all they have done to make a brighter future for the town of Pelzer. Together you have overcome adversity and you've done what others said was impossible. We commend you, we honor you, and we thank you. Resolved in a meeting duly assembled this third day of August 2021. And it must be said that Ms. Dianne and Mr. Larry believe in zero-based budgeting. They've started with zero money. And with their incredible cheerleading efforts and rounding up all the volunteers, it's just a remarkable and inspirational effort they've made. We're so grateful, and they're finally going to have some fabulous announcements.
Well, it started a long time ago with the Pelzer Heritage Committee. As we have got the land. Some maybe 6 years ago, the land was all the old Pelzer Mill properties were donated to the Pelzer Heritage Committee by Mr. Tom Green, and so therefore, with all the EPA issues, for us to be able to do any development or anything like that with the properties, we had to get it cleaned up. So there's a girl that we work with in Columbia, Gail Jeter, with Cardinal, who is EPA Brownfield Specialist, and Gail's been with us for years, and so she started applying for grants, EPA cleanup grants, and for us, and so we were able to clean the old Lower Mill up, the old office bay building there, that we abated it and cleaned it out for asbestos-based paint. We are working on, we got a grant now on redevelopment on $200,000 grant on the Upper Mill for EPA cleanup. It's going to be in some of the future development too. But I can't say enough for Anderson County, Rusty, Cindy, Steve Newton. They've all chipped in, and when we had the old property down there, they was pallets, there were thousands of them. So the county footed the money to have it all cleaned up. So, but basically, that's, I think we cleaned up the old Pelzer dump site where they used to dump, and we got about $600,000 grant up there to clean it up, remediate it, and make it into an overlook park there on the Saluda River. So there's a lot in our plans. we'd like to see some parks, trails down the river. Join in with the trails and parks and things they got coming from Dolly Cooper up there in Piedmont down the river for the rafting, tubing, and kayaking. So that's a lot that we're looking forward to is getting those trails done with our overlook park that we have now there. And so it's just been a long, drawn out period, hasn't it, Dianne? And it's been years. This took us almost 6 years to get a lot of this done. And like I say, I can't thank the county and DHEC and EPA and everybody's been involved in this thing to help us get to where we're at now. So now we've got developers looking at it, and so come August the 23rd, we hope to make a big announcement that we're on some of our redevelopment there in Pelzer.
Yeah, we're hoping to revitalize Pelzer.
Yeah.
And get new people in and get new homes in there and just make it a different town. And more like the town where we grew up. When we grew up on the streets, we both were born there.
Yeah.
And grew up there, and the happiest time of my life was spent there.
Yeah.
And we're hoping to revitalize and bring back some of that old life that we once knew back into the town of Pelzer.
Well, it sounds like y'all made a lot of progress. Y'all happy with your progress so far?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, we're happy
and
with it.
Larry, I'm gonna give him most of the credit because he's the one that got Mr. Green to donate the land. Mr. Green had come in and bought the mills and tore the mills down and sold the brick and the wooden floors and stuff, and he contacted Mr. Green and got him to donate that to the land to us in Pelzer Heritage Commission. But we're looking forward, to some new exciting things coming our way pretty soon. So.
Yeah.
Town of Pelzer. Thank y'all so much for all you've done.
Thank you so much.
It's so nice to have you.